It's Life Coach Tuesday, and I'd like to talk to you about a question that somebody sent in, and this was a pretty good one. You know, the thing about life coaching is it's just not like an advice line, you know, where you can just tell somebody what to do and they go and do it, or a Q&A, although it's the easiest way to describe it. But life coaching is getting inside of somebody's head and finding out what means the most to them and why they feel a certain way and how to accomplish a certain goal. Because life coaching is more about not what's happened to you in the past or what you're dealing with right now, but where you're going and how to get there and how to find the things that are blocking you so that you can move forward. Here's somebody that has a question, and this is pretty raw, and they're saying, let me make sure I read this right, because it breaks my heart to read this. It says, I feel like I don't matter to anyone. What can I do? That's a common feeling. Whoever wrote that just wants you to know that you're not alone in feeling that way. And I don't know all the reasons why you feel that way. I would if I got a chance to talk to you and be able to deal with specifics and how to turn that around. However, the way out of that feeling that you don't matter is to serve somebody and to serve people, because you'll always matter to people you're giving something to, you're giving life to. You may not matter the way you envision or dream of mattering. That may come with it may come through a spouse, it may come through an accomplishment, because I don't know who this person is well enough to know what specifically would make them feel like they matter. But I do know a lot of times the way we feel inside is what we're projecting outside. I'll give you an example. Depression is anger turned inside. We're mad about something. We're disappointed. Something was supposed to happen and it didn't happen, and that anger comes back at us that we're projecting out at something. And anger is very defeating. And where do you go when you're angry at yourself? You shrink, you get depressed. Usually when someone talks and they talk about what they see, what they notice, what they're envisioning, you know, around them, is a reflection of not only how they feel, but what they're giving off as well, what they're sowing. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatever a man sows, that also shall he reap. So in order to feel like you matter, you have to make yourself matter. You have to put yourself in a position to give to someone. There are so many people that are hurting that even at a bedside, in a hospital bed, would love to have somebody just to visit them and talk to them, and, you know, to bring them a flower, to bring them something to read, to just check up on them and say, hey, I was wondering how you're feeling today. You will matter to that person, because that person is worse off than you. You gotta find a way in which to serve others to get rid of that feeling. Because if you feel like you don't matter, it just means that you're not giving out enough. And I know it sounds contradictory, because if you don't matter, who cares? Well, that's very self-serving. And I say that so that you can see what's going on. It's very focused on yourself. You want to feel more important. You want people to celebrate you more. You want to be more significant. I get it. But the way in which to do that, the way to find greatness in God's kingdom, is to be the servant of all. You have to be able to serve. You have to be able to give to people. And you will matter to those people because you're doing something for them that no one else will. And if that's really the issue, you feel like you don't matter, then the way out of that is to serve. Now, how you would serve particularly, I don't know, because I haven't talked to you. If I got a chance to talk to you and to see how you got to feeling this way, what circumstances led to this, I could help you break it down and try to get around all that. And find out maybe what derailed your life to make you feel this way, because nobody should feel that way. That's a hard way to feel. And sometimes when you start feeling that way, it's hard to feel like if you did anything, anybody would care. And I know it sounds a little bit like a pity party, you know. And maybe in its raw condition, it probably is to some degree, but nobody gets there all of a sudden, just one day. It takes a while to start to feel that way. Things have to happen, things have to go wrong. There has to be a few disappointments, there has to be some hurts and some letdowns, and then somehow this is how you wound up feeling. So I understand the way that feels, like you just don't matter, you know. Being an artist, you know, you create this art, you create this music, and you put it out there, and if people don't like it, they don't buy it. If people don't like it, or they feel like it's for another era, they may not put it on the shelves in their stores. You may not get a distribution deal. Trust me, I've been through all that stuff, and it's easy for sensitive people who wear their emotions on their sleeve, who usually are artists, because that's what artists do. They are really in touch with their emotions, and they're able to put that emotion into their art. So you can look at a painting and feel something. You can listen to a song and feel something. You can watch a performance and feel something because they put it out there. But when that gets rejected, you can really feel like you don't matter because you've given your best. It just means you have to switch areas in which you're giving and go to areas where you do matter. And that's hard. It's not an easy thing. And yeah, you can really start feeling sorry for yourself and probably have some good reasons to feel sorry for yourself. But I say this to you to encourage you that there's a way around this. And the way around this is to serve and to give and to become significant to somebody by doing something for them that they don't expect you to do. You will matter to that person. I promise you. And I hope I get a chance to talk to you, because nobody should walk around feeling like that. That's a hard way to feel.